in the St. Tommy game and dislocated his shoulder. Got it placed, in the locker room after the game. Wasn't feeling too hot. I know you and I saw him during the game. He collapsed on the bench. So,
God, I need my volume.
So it wasn't a good scene there,
No,
Joe. But hopefully he's feeling good. Hopefully he's watching the game and listening and tuning in.
Ethan Peterson, as we mentioned, filling in for that line, and we'll see what he can conduct in terms of being that catalyst and feeds as he does so well when he's out there. Between here, we'll get you caught up with who's between the pipes for both of these teams. Next whistle just underway, first period. Wheeling and dealing. There's Peterson. Shuffles it across, sends it deep now, gunning in from the near side here. The Gophers unable to sustain possession, and Cruz will move it up across center ice, and then he'll send it deep. As I mentioned, this Bethel squad, very talented here. One-timer and a pad save. Good setup in the mid-slot. A quick wrister that time unleashed by Greenland. Holding the zone, now trying to send it back out in front. That was Tanchany. Tanchany, number 22. We've got Jason Conlon in goal here tonight. We'll get you updated on some of his numbers. Thanks a lot, fellas.
Yeah, we're going to have a little shake-up here. We got a few guys not playing here tonight just due to coach's decisions on I think just performance-wise. So we'll see what transpires in this game here. Johnny and Joe, we'll see what hopefully we can kind of reciprocate this game from Tommy's in a reversal here. We'll see what happens.
Well, we could call this J3 for Jimmy. Yeah. Johnny Joe.
Johnny Joe.
J3, Stream O. Held in just inside whistle. We get here, and it'll give us time to look between the pipes and Jason Conlon.
Can you turn this up?
Set there. He is out of Rockville, Maryland, and 1-0 on the season. Had an impressive goals against of 3.60. That sounds like my body mass. Face off just outside the blue line. Scrummed out there. You mentioned, Jimmy, that a series of changes, lines a little bit scattered, but they'll get the cadence going here as that first period unwinds. And you're looking also at some punch and some scoreability coming from Bethel tonight, too, on that first line with Brooks, Cruz, and Studier. This one clears through, race to the puck. That's going to be the Gophers that picked that up first. Mogren picked up a goal last night. Looks at it behind, now bracketed to the corner. Now moving near side. I'll look up, pinching in.
Speaking of Mogs here, I was just talking to Johnny here last game with the big Mike Shear, and those two kind of had a couple collisions last night. I don't know, Big Mike, if you're watching tonight.
Some jaw-jacking kind of going off, especially when Mogren went to the penalty box in that first period.
Yep, we definitely saw that. It was right in front of us. Johnny, hasn't been around for a while. You've been gone here for the last couple weeks.
Yeah, sorry, everybody. Just letting Jimmy and Joe talk away. Happy to be back. Happy to see the Gophers. Man. Miss being here. Gophers are trying to.
Hey!
I think.
There we go.
Swept
there we go.
In.
I think that might have been an own goal, but that's exactly what the Gophers needed. Looking to bounce back after a couple losses in the last few games.
Fosling, it looks like, who picked up that goal. Brock on the backhand out of Minnetonka. That would be his first goal of the season for Brock, if, in fact, I got that correct.
Who was that?
He was just outside the blue. I thought I saw him sweep
Brady,
a backhand. We're within shouting distance of the guys charting the game in front of us, so we can get that rectified here. But nonetheless, up 1-0. That's nice to see here for Minnesota. They were up 1-0 last night, Jimmy, in that first period.
Yeah.
After the goal by Engelbrecht.
Yeah, we didn't really get to recoup a lot of that game from last night. It was. I was trying to explain it to Johnny here this evening. Like, my take on that game, it was such a fast-paced hitting game last night. The score really didn't retaliate to what it was. Even though it was a 10-4, whatever game it was, it didn't really seem like that was really the score of that game, because it was a pretty it was a balls to the wall event, but.
Yeah, 2 goals never seemed safe, nor 3, and everyone to close the gap.
And the Gophers did such a great job as retaliate coming back, from that goal too. And then it seems like they just couldn't recoup. There's a big rebound right there.
Setting on the doorstep.
That isn't the second goal, is it? I think the first goal went to Brady Albout from Maple Grove.
Oh gosh,
that one was by.
I think that was
Fossline.
Caleb,
yeah.
Engelbrecht got
Caleb.
the rebound off the Brock Foslian shot there from the point. Brock, so far, looking great, just getting pucks to the net. I think that's going to be important for the Gophers here early.
Yes.
Gain a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, Johnny, I think that's exactly some of the take that, the coaching staff is taking right now is that, as you know as well, Johnny, being, here for the last 4 or 5 years, the Gophers need to find themselves here. And again, yesterday, I
souvenir
felt they
for a lucky
really,
fan there.
A really good game against St. Tommy, the first 2 periods. But I think the confidence level right now is not where the Gophers need to be. I think we're playing who we think we should be. I was just telling, DJ Kuba, he's sitting over here, wondering why he's there, and, being the captain, and there's a reason why he's down. It's just we need to find ourselves, I think. And this is kind of the game, I think, that the Gophers need to just really lock some horns and figure out what's going to go down with this team this year.
Well, the first 2 periods last night, or on Thursday night, had the pace of Pixie Sticks and Mountain Dew buzz going, and it was relentless for both teams. But you certainly saw some great play coming from the Tommies, especially the first line, who accounted for 6 of their 10 goals. A Hattie coming for Fisher on that line.
Yeah, Johnny, he played lights out last night. Fish did. Oh my God.
Madigan also with 2 goals.
Look at that.
Oh. Opportunity there by Jordan Tashany on the
good to see him back out
side door. Yeah, nice to see him back. I'd like to see the Gophers do exactly kind of what they've been doing so far. Control the puck, make calculated plays. This will be a game where they'll have the opportunity to kind of do that and build on that confidence. Especially after that loss to St. Thomas.
Johnny, let me get your take now. This is good to talk about this, because the guys will hear us too. In the last 3-4 years, this program has built themselves up to be such a high caliber team, right? And now coming into this year, having the abundance of players now. I mean, we have pretty big in depth. Trying to find out who is who can step up. This is the kind of where the coaching staff's at right now. To where, hey, we got the talent, but where do we put who? And then now we got such high competition coming. Here in the next couple months. These guys really need to step up. So tell me, being a player and a coach, Johnny, what would you do in the shoes of Luke do as well?
Yeah, I think you make a great point. The last few years, particularly the last 5 years, we've made really big strides in where we've gotten to, how long our postseason lasts, what the success level is. But what we've really done is we've built a culture. And that culture, can be centered around winning, absolutely, but it's also, around that we're going to show up and we're going to work, as hard as we can, and that, we're not just going to roll over. Right now with our depth as far as that goes, I think that Coach Luke is in a tough position because, it makes it difficult. You're just trying to find those right line pairings where you're going to get, the most opportunity, the most out of your players that they have. So I don't envy his position at all.
No,
you got about a team and a half of players that you're trying to find, the right equation. So
I think last night or Thursday night's game kind of validates why you need to find that right team when you see the firepower coming.
Exactly.
And it's an example why you need to have the depth, but also the right flow scheme, chemistry.
And it's super, I love that, St. Thomas has made those same strides as well that we've made in the last 5 years. And having the opportunity to play those guys multiple times a year is a good test of, hey, where are you at? That first one, it sounds like we played them hard, but score didn't quite reflect that.
Right.
So hopefully next time we have that recipe and, the outcome will be a little bit different.
Yeah, Johnny, again, another big question put you in the spot here, but, having a game like that and being a player and knowing where this caliber team needs to be playing at and knowing that next time we do play St. Thomas of where we should be and how we should be playing, because I personally felt like, and now Joe, maybe you can vouch for this too, that those first 2 periods were dynamite. They were like lights out.
Explosive is what I would say. Explosive, electric, and
Johnny, it was high pace. Huge hits. It was a fun hockey game to announce and to watch at the same time, but we couldn't really keep up with all the activity that was going on.
Yeah.
Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, it was. And what really came out early in that third period was the goal by Wheaton.
Yes.
Even strength goal, but that was a way to kind of say, well, we've got to get our legs with us and can't give up that type of shot. It wasn't on the doorstep. It was a great shot, but nonetheless, even strength, and we got to keep our conditioning and our legs ready to roll along with our lungs.
That's something we could talk about here in the intermission, and we get back to the game here. But, that's definitely something I want to talk to you, Johnny, a lot about here.
Yeah.
And just get your input, because you know what? Guys are going to listen. They're going to know what's going on in this whole deal. So it's going to be nice to hear from leaders in this team as well. Hey,
the Gophers last year, we mentioned that a couple of times here in our conversation, 25-5-0-1 for the Gophers last year, 25-5-0-1. Meanwhile, for Bethel last season, a team found itself near at about a 13-11 mark. 13-11 and between the pipes. Oh, by the way, for Bethel tonight is Dawson Sellner. Sellner out of New Ulm. He's 1-0 this year. Got the win between the pipes in their overtime win versus Gus Davis.
New Ulm's a big baseball town too, isn't it?
Ew, so much.
I was going to say.
Yeah, a mini major league with the Steinbachs and Brian Robbie, who happens to be the baseball coach at Bethel.
Yeah.
And a few of the others.
Coming back to tonight, we talked about a few things that I'd like to see from the Gophers. One thing that I'd like to see, is just staying sound defensively. You're up 2-0 early. Sometimes you can get a little bit ahead of yourself and start becoming lackadaisical. I'd love to see the Gophers, maintain that defensive zone, and whatever happens in the offensive zone, that's fantastic. But let's take care of your own house.
Right, I agree, Johnny, 100%. And I think that's kind of the things that need to really happen here throughout these 3 periods here.
What do you think needs to happen? I'm thinking from a power play standpoint.
I'd love to see the Gophers work on taking the puck in under control. Sometimes you have to dump and go get it. But when you're a man up, having possession of the puck as you enter the offensive zone is super important to just get things set up, how you want them. And I'd love to. There we go. Oh! Another goal there by the Gophers.
One, yeah.
Top shelf puts it with the peanut butter. Luke Myers will get credit for that goal.
Nice shot there too by Luke. I don't know who gave him the assist on that one. Did you say
71?
Yeah, a nice feed. Some of the numbers here are
we have some.
Not quite a matchup, but we can certainly find that.
Luke Myers, he's got a great shot.
Let me find that information for you.
I printed out my old schedule on the way here. Nice work, Jimmy.
3-0 lead early here for the Minnesota. Go ahead, John.
No, that's all right. Love to see the Gophers get on the scoreboard a few times early. Just back to the power play. I'd love to see them work it around. And I don't know what their success has been so far this season, but if there's something that's not working, try something else out, tonight. Whether that be a different line combination or a different tactic in the offensive zone, whatever it might be. This might be a great game to kind of explore those opportunities.
Drop pass here, top shot from just above the dot. And the save is made there by Sellner. Over to the far side, drops it down low, looks for the interference in front, trying to deflect, holding the zone. Now it squeaks out beyond. I just happened to mention power play because as I was looking over stats for Thursday's game, I noticed there were no power play goals for any of the players listed in that category. So not to pick a scab, but it was just an area where I thought it would be a good one, and we certainly saw a good power play by the Tommies.
Right.
I think they were 2 of 3 on a man advantage.
We got some little roster there.
Got a couple extra papers here for you, Duty.
Right. I can do my chicken scratch on?
These are, and this is their club team information. It's not their Division III information. Like,
oh, you remember that one? That was last year. When we started reading that, we're like, wait a second, who are these
wait
guys?
a second.
Dude, what's going on?
That was a good time. Here we go. Is that Jack Sand bringing it into the offensive zone?
Speaking of Jack Sand, man, I'll tell you what, this kid's been on fire the whole entire year. I mean, he's been playing rock solid. You know, him and Keegs, these guys, you know, like, speaking of which yes, you know, like in that St. Thomas game, you know, who stood out the most to me, JoJo, was Keegs.
Yep.
He played lights out. And he's been playing lights out. He's been working, and he's just not finding the back of that net. But I'll tell you what, he's doing everything but find the back of that net.
Hey, Sellner just flashed some nice leather to make a save there.
Yep.
But, yeah, Jack Sand, 5 goals, 5 assists on the season. And Keegan, 2 goals, 3 assists.
I see Keegan being a double-digit scorer this year. I mean, his work ethic has just been phenomenal. And, you know, you watch him in the games, like especially that St. Tommy game, man, did he work. I wish he would have got rewarded with a couple big goals.
There's Peterson trying to set up on a nice dime there. Deflected, goes to the corner. Now up the half wall. They'll work it out. Cannot connect on that pass. Back there defensively to pick up the loose change. The Gophers. Keegan Johnson, 32 career goals for the Gophers.
Yeah, he is a talented kid, boy.
Jack Sands has 26. Just a nice to know by Joe, but not a need to know. But to look through those, as you see here, Sellner's trying to put on a little skating show behind the net. Goes right and back left again. Holds far point. Shot here. Deflects. And he consumes that to the midsection.
Yeah, back to number 9, Keegan Johnson. You know, he has been a cornerstone for the Gophers' success. And, you know, I feel like in the last, you know, this offseason and coming into this season, he's really stepped into that leadership role.
Yes.
You know, whether it be between seasons and that work ethic.
Oh,
there we go.
Another deflection.
Greasy goal.
Ooh,
gets through.
Looks like it was
Fisher Hatfield, it
Fisher
looks like.
Yep.
Little tip in front of the net. Great shot by number 17. See if we'll get a name for that
Nice job.
in a second.
Nice job,
but
Fish. And I think it was also
Mogs is going through the line.
I think it was Mogs,
so
too. I think it might have been Mogs at the very back end of that. Fisher might have grabbed it, and Mogs may have got the back end of that, I think. You see that in the replay there, Johnny, or no?
Hey, right at the end of this period, I can jump down and you guys can continue chatting and I can get stats and all those accuracies.
Get some accuracies, yeah. Absolutely.
But, hey, jumping back out, 4-0 right now for the Gophers. And you had talked about Keegan Johnson and Jack Sand.
Yeah, you know, Keegs is just a guy that the Gophers rely on heavily, and I feel like he's really moving into that leadership position for the Gophers, particularly, you know, on that first line. He's someone they lean on very heavily for his offensive prowess, but both, you know, as well as his 200-foot game. He plays a pretty complete one. So. Nice.
Yeah, there's no giving up in that kid's vocabulary, for sure.
Scooting back here, now trying to tricky shot, save, waffle pad save made that time by Conlon.
And also complimenting that line, you know, going in with Ethan too, Peterson. Tell you what, for the size he is, he plays like he's a 200-pound player too. I mean, he is a physical kid. It's unbelievable.
He is a little,
he's a firecracker,
little honey badger for sure. You know, and for the Gopher, tried to take him off the train tracks there.
Oh, Tyler almost just got rocked right there.
For the Gophers tonight, it's super awesome seeing number 30, Jason Conlon, in net.
Yes.
You know, that, just knowing him for the last couple of years, he's a kid who shows up every day, you know, to practice. He's there just to help the team as much as he can.
Yep.
And it's awesome to see him get the start here tonight.
Yep. I agree 100%.
Representing Rockville, Maryland as well. So good to have him behind the nets. He's made a nice waffle pass or saved last time down here for Bethel, as we have 7 and change left here in the opening period. 4-0 lead for the Gophers. Look behind and
we got that microphone for interviews at all? We do?
I was looking at a setup here and what you guys talked about with Ethan Peterson. I think getting him that opportunity to play with two wingers like that also can elevate some confidence and maybe take that to the second line based on the injury there with Tyler.
Definitely, and I think I think any center for the Gophers would be pretty pumped to play with Jack Sands and Keegs.
Yeah,
That's
Tyler,
for sure.
Tyler with 4 goals, 4 assists.
It's a huge loss for the Maroon and Gold. Hoping Bish has a speedy recovery. He's a guy that you want out there as many of the 60 minutes as you can,
Career 35 goals for him and 58 assists in his career, so definitely a catalyst. Moving in now, trying to go slot shot. Save is made. Boop to the corner. Trying to look for the wraparound on the backhand. Loose chick foot there. Now they'll skate out. Here comes Bethel.
So, John, I was telling Joe yesterday and how Sunshine here plays just like Fish from St. Thomas, the way they skate. They almost look identical when you go there side by side. On Thursday night, it was amazing watching both of them skate.
Yeah, there's a level of speed and also just the patience with the puck.
Wear their helmet the same.
Their style.
Yeah, Fish is a little bit bigger than Sunshine, but imagine having those two on one line.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
It's happened so far in this game. 6 minutes left here in the first period. Gophers have 4. We were talking at the Eau Claire game a couple weeks ago, and the Gophers are struggling early this season to get that secondary scoring. I think it was that first line for them had accounted for, around 5 of the last 6. And this is a game where, the second, third, fourth lines, those guys can start to find that confidence we talked about, but also just that success, get on the score sheet, and start to spread that out a little bit more.
Absolutely. Yep. You just sometimes just to stir it up just a bit and mix things up and put different different lines, different setups.
Nice.
Kind of creates some different strengths as well along the way, and they kind of see what works with this group. And like you said, second and third line scoring so critical as the season progresses.
And the one thing too is having the depth that this team does as well is watching, like, for example, like this line here. These guys have worked so well together. It's kind of like you want to make this line go into the next line, to the next line, to the next line. Everybody adapt to where that caliber line is. You know what I mean? Where you're going to get used to who you're playing with, right? So it's like the more these guys keep performing the way they perform, and the second line comes in, they got to say, hey, we got to play as good as these guys. That's that mentality I think this team needs to take on.
Definitely. You want to take some of that pressure off.
Good.
Wow, sprawling play there by Conlon.
I didn't know he was that fast, Johnny. Oh,
that was awesome.
Playing good with those nice skate, Johnny.
You can't teach clutch.
Yeah.
Comes out, head first dive.
Absolutely. He did not want to see that breakaway come down on
You don't want to go all the way out there and miss that poke jacket.
Absolutely.
Lord knows I've done it in my hockey days.
Great play by Jason Conlon there. First, one of the first starts of his career, and he's making the most of it.
I was just going to say, this has got to be.
I don't know. He might have started a game last year.
He did.
You got that?
Yes, he had one start last year.
Okay.
Went 1-0, and then in that game, faced 40 shots, made 37 saves, a goals against of 3.0.
Beautiful.
Off to the corner here.
Love having all the stat lines from you, Joe.
Hey, man. You guys have the stories and you have the history with the team, and that's awesome. And sprinkle a few stats every now and then.
Jason Conlon coming way out of the net to like the top of the circles.
Yeah. I got to tell you guys a funny story. I did that when I was in high school, right? And I got clocked by the kid that was coming after me. Knocked me out, right? I'm laying on the blue line, and I come to, and I was like, oh, my defenseman, Steve Janicki, I'll never forget this. He took the puck. He skated around the net. He came to the opposing bench, took a slap shot right at the coach.
Oh, jeez.
It was the funniest thing you ever seen.
Oh, my gosh.
He obviously got the penalty for it. But
probably
he was
wouldn't.
sticking up for me, though. I loved it.
Probably wouldn't fly today, but that's awesome.
Oh, that's funny. That is awesome. That is great.
Amazing.
Pitch fork to puck to center ice. Now it's picked up by Bethel. A quick wrister. A rising wrister. And save is made. Stellar save by Conlon.
Nice blocker pad save there.
South of 4 to play. That blast hits traffic redirected back behind. As I saw the Gophers have a tough loss last night to North Dakota.
Yes.
Yeah, I was watching that game, and I was watching it with a Fighting Hawks fan, and so he had some choice words after the game. But I told him there's always tonight, and we'll see how that game's going. We'll get some updates too.
Charging in, knocked to the ice. There's Mogren, gets it right back up again. Trying to deflect, tied up just in front that time. Getting a stick on that to redirect, looked like Max Petrie.
You know, Johnny, I'm really impressed with Luke Meyer's puck possession. When he gets it, how patient he is. He really is creative once he gets that puck on his stick, boy. And for being a defenseman too, you know, I mean, he's got some good talent. I really like it. He almost be that forward type too.
Swooping behind now to the corner.
As you know, every defenseman loves to play forward. Big Mike, if you're out there listening, I'm sure you'd like to play that forward line.
One-timer, swoop, good hit.
Look at that play right there. Brandon, another just give-me shot up front.
Hey, all-time
connection.
And, hey, getting at the click, tape to tape, burying it back at the net. Can I tell you, it still feels good to score the goal, but also to execute and to kind of build some trust when somebody sees it coming down the down the middle of the ice there and in the slot.
Yeah, remember that, Joe? Yeah, on Thursday we talked about that one of the assists on one of the goals, how awesome it was to actually be the assister than the goal scorer.
Yeah.
I mean, it was super pretty goals.
Or one earlier this year was that Sands or just a blind centering pass out to the slot, and the Gophers buried it.
What I loved about the Gophers on that goal was they're poised in the offensive zone, moving it around, but also moving their feet. They weren't getting stagnant there.
Yes.
Another one for the Gophers, and that's
play.
two in one shift, I think, for.
Yep, same combo too.
For Tyler Arneson.
Yep.
Gets a second one that shift. But yeah, the Gophers are just doing a great job moving the puck around. No one's being selfish out there. Hopefully they can keep this up. Just over 2 minutes left here in the first. Gophers up 6-0 on the Bethel Royals right now.
Yeah, Arneson out of Lakeville North High School. And tallies a couple here late in the first. Moving in deep here, Tacheny.
Look at this. Oh!
Chance to.
Sunshine's going to be breaking out here pretty quick.
Side of the net here, looking for somebody up front, goes to the near point. No, pickpocketed there, disrupted as the Gophers tried to make it up near the half wall. Penalty free first period. Moving in, cross, slot, shot.
Nice blocker save there.
Good job. Stellar save that time by Selner. Says we got more than baseball players in New Ulm. Has some great numbers, 64 minutes, and stopped 40 of 44 shots on goal in the win over Gus Davis, that overtime win in their season opener. Approaching a minute left in this first period. Stretch pass here, cannot connect, right to the stick to the Gophers. They reciprocate and send it right back into the corner and do some puck hunting. In the corner here, swoops across, hits a skate, goes to the half wall. Picked up now, here comes Bethel with an opportunity. They'll want to break that goose egg. Anytime is okay with them. Down 6-0. Peterson gets it, cycles back in his own end. You can see that speed, and the eyes are always down the ice. Reacquaints himself with the puck, redirects it, trying to center there out in front. We have a Sand to the near side. Across the ice. Now left there, Peterson picks it up, tries to get it back out to that far point, holding the zone. Nice job there. Then it's dispensed into the seats with 14 seconds left.
Yeah, Joe, I think during intermission I'd like to get
I'd
like to get TJ Kuba on here with him. Yeah, I'd like to get an interview with him. Yeah. Good.
Seconds away here, so stay with us as nearing the intermission. Jimmy and Johnny will get a chance to have a moment, maybe with one or two of.
Yeah, we're going to have a nice little chit-chat with my boy TJ Kuba, enjoying this game from the bleachers and having a couple Jolly Ranchers with me. Like the hair, bro.
Controlled back. Peterson there. Takes it behind the net. That's going to take us to a six-pack after one. We're not talking about my abs. We're talking six-pack in terms of the score. 6-0 in favor of Minnesota over Bethel. And I'm just going to turn the headset on over here to Mr. Kuba.
Yeah. Johnny, Johnny, we're going to have us on a headset. Can we just get the camera on us? Okay, cool.
You want me to stand up?
Johnny, can you, Johnny, let's, yeah. Can you get all three of us in here? My big rear end over here. Are we still live, Johnny? We're good? All right, hey, we're here with TJ Kuba. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, good to see you.
I'd rather see you on the ice, but hey, we're as we were sitting here during the period here, we're talking, reminiscing about St. Tommy's game.
Yep.
You know how fast-paced that game was. Johnny wasn't obviously there, but give me your take on that game. As the score being 10-4, really didn't seem like that was the score. I mean, those first two periods were balls to the wall. Third period was kind of like, I think we kind of wore them out, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But give me your take on, what you thought about that, and in general the vibe of the team right now.
Yeah, obviously not the result we wanted. 10-4 always looks rough, but we did a lot of good things as well that kind of got overlooked by just the score. I think we just got to keep trying to get pucks in the O zone and keep them down there, and
down here.
Yeah, limit any turnovers at the blue line. I think we had a lot of those in that game that kind of led to odd man rushes, and then obviously it's going to be hard when you're giving up a 2-on-1 5 times a period to keep pucks out of the net. They capitalized on every opportunity they could, so we just got to try and limit those opportunities.
Well, speaking of which, as we did too as well. I mean, it looked like, every time they stepped up, we'd come back and we'd, counter.
Yeah.
And then they would right away, they'd fire back and, jump back on us. And I felt as we played really good as a team physically, and stayed there with them. I felt we kind of wore them down a little bit. But that line of Fisher and Gotti, and I mean, those guys really were pretty dominant. And I think obviously the next go around playing those guys, we got to obviously, figure out what we can do with that line. But I don't know. Have you heard anything? Oh God, who got hurt there? His shoulder.
Tyler.
Did you hear anything about him at all?
He's in good spirits. He wants to be back next week, so we're hoping that everything works out and we can have him back out there because we really do need him. He's a great player and elevates our team a ton, even when he's out there and even when he's off the ice. He's a great leader in the locker room too, so hopefully he'll be back as soon as he can.
TJ, I just wanted to ask you, as a leader of this team, I don't mean to bring
him on,
bring
Johnny,
anything up. I'm going to ask the hard-hitting questions here.
Yeah.
You guys have dropped 4 straight coming into this game tonight.
Mm-hmm.
2 to Wisconsin, Eau Claire, and then St. Thomas on Thursday. What's kind of the conversation amongst the team? Is there, I know you guys have obviously a lot happened in that St. Thomas game, a lot of great things to build on.
Mm-hmm.
What's kind of the conversation in the locker room is, what are the things that you guys are talking about?
Yeah, I mean, obviously nobody's happy losing 4 in a row. The boys are fired up, and we really are working hard to kind of fix these problems, these little things that are popping up that we can hopefully bring into these next couple games and get back at the Tommies and other teams that we play in the future. The biggest thing is just kind of finding our identity right now with a ton of new younger guys coming into the lineup. New players are in leadership positions. We're all still figuring out everything that we kind of the path we want to go down and how we want to lead this team. So just working on finding that identity. I think it's going to start with simplifying a little bit of the stuff that we're going through and just making sure we're giving 110% at all times. And I know the boys aren't happy about the losses, but we're not counting ourselves out either. I think we have a very talented team, and we're ready to get going.
Of course. It's,
well, last time I checked, you don't win championships this early.
6 games into the season, It's just, the Gophers, we talked about it during the first period. We've built that culture on, success, hard work, and the way that we play the game. I loved, being able to have the opportunity to play St. Thomas twice in a season. That second game against them is going to be not only massive for the Gophers and like their scheduling, but also like where are we at? What have we done since the last time we played St. Thomas?
100%.
But it's always something that's super tough. Going into a new season in club hockey is so difficult. You got new faces, new leadership, new everything, and you're trying to figure it all out in the matter of 3 practices. So there definitely is a learning curve that happens every year. And I just love to see the Gophers get back on that, expectation.
Yeah, we're super excited. I know we have a super tough schedule too this year. We're playing a lot of really good teams, and we consider ourselves one of those teams. So
as you guys
we're
should.
Definitely gonna figure this out, and we're gonna come out strong here.
We talked about that, during the period here, is that the expectations on where this team should be playing to where we are playing. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, hey, like Johnny says, the culture has been built here at this program. Our expectations are, obviously to win, right? But, we're going to take our lumps, and we have, the depth that we have, learning, who can step in this position and so forth. This is a super hard spot for the coaching staff as well. But you being, a leader in this team, you guys also have to take that responsibility as that leadership of saying, hey, you stepping up like tonight, watching from the bench. As hard as that's got to be, that's the leadership in you. What I love about you is that some of the sacrifices that it takes for a team to win.
Of course.
And I love to see, this team kind of the unity of it getting back together. It's like they say in what is it, the Olympic game when he says, what team do you play for? Boston U. Another one go. So it's kind of like, I don't know if that's going on here with the team so far. I don't think so, but it's just like everybody's kind of fighting for their position. It's like that team unity, I think, has got to be there. Do you agree with kind of where I'm going with that at all?
Yeah, I mean, no, we work hard to make sure everybody is kind of real good friends with everybody, and I think we have a great group of guys this year. People are gelling well. The new faces are coming in, and they've all been great additions to the locker room. I just think that we're still trying to figure out everybody's place in the puzzle and getting the best combination to make sure we're putting the best product on the ice at all times.
Try and figure out that recipe. That can be.
Well, the thing is, like you said, Johnny, you only have so much time. You have,
I mean,
Friday game, Saturday game, if we're lucky, the way things are going now.
And I mean, we do player supported, player motivated skates throughout the summer, you know, and to try and kind of take that edge off a little bit and have an idea, kind of coming in to the season, and it just it's always a learning curve every single season. No matter how many players you get back, getting back into the swing of things can be very, very difficult.
Hey, so question: what was it like playing against Big Mike last night?
That was funny. Big
Mike, are you out there? How you doing, buddy?
I heard Big Mike. I heard Mogs kind of
got him really good. He got him right in front of our bench
right in front of the bench. Were you on the bench when it happened?
You had
to, right in front of me too.
Knowing you had to have said something.
I know you had to say something.
I know you. You don't have to say it right now. It's okay, but
I was nothing but friendly.
Big Mike, he's probably right. Big Mike, you're probably watching here, but yeah, you did get rocked last night. That's all right, though.
He did, but I love Mikey. He's a great guy.
One of my very good friends is actually an assistant coach for St. Thomas. So going into that game, nothing strategic, but I had asked him, I was like, how's Big Mike doing? He's like, Big Mike is fantastic. He's someone that the Tommies really rely on. I don't know if I could personally go put on the purple and white. Like, I feel like I'd feel like a traitor if I did that.
We let him know for sure.
You better have. You better have. All good things to Mike, but I heard he did get tuned up at the blue line once or twice.
We miss Mikey. He's a great guy.
I know.
It was good to see him.
So good.
That had to be super tough, though, dude. I mean, I'm like commentating, like, Mike Shear, Big Mike, and I even told Joe, I'm like, we call him Big Mike. And then he gets rocked as soon as I said that.
So but that's always a good test. Playing the Tommies, whether early, late, Carla Berg, doesn't matter. Like that's a solid hockey team, for the last 4 years, year in, year out. And so it's just a good benchmark to be able to play them and say, where's our game lining up right now? Got a few things, obviously, to work on, but I'm sure the Gophers are right there.
Yeah.
Say, Coops, when's Mom and Dad coming back out? Hey, a little shout out to Mom and Dad. Hey, how you guys
Mom and
doing?
Dad.
You want to say hi to anybody back home? Because they're probably
yeah, Butch and Nana. I know you're out there. Grammy and Grampy.
What'd you
Thanks
call
for
it,
watching.
Nana?
Butch and Nana.
Butch and Nana?
Yeah, that was my grandparents.
Okay, hey, Butch and Nana.
Oh, we love Butch and Nana.
Butch and
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah,
we love.
Yeah, so,
absolutely.
They'll be up here.
They
next
travel.
Weekend,
Oh, they will.
My parents will be up next
nice.
weekend. Yeah.
Sweet.
The Kubas travel.
Kubas, I love it.
Yeah.
They travel.
I can't
deep.
wait
They
to go out there
travel
next year for a hockey game. I'm gonna get you out there with
Hell
the
yeah.
Wild. I don't remember who we play. I think it's Boston or whoever out there. But
Yeah, I'd love to. I know the whole crew will be there in Chicago too, so
Okay.
we'll see.
that's right, the Chicago game.
Yeah, my brother will be there too.
well, I'll have to give you that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got like 6 tickets for that.
So,
game.
Tej, tonight, we're 20 minutes into the game. I'm not sure if everyone can see. Bethel's a little short on players tonight.
Yep.
We're 20 minutes in. Gophers are up 6-0. Obviously, you never count anyone out, particularly in club hockey. Anyone can win on any given night.
Very
but
true.
what would you like to see the Gophers, work on or emphasize in the next 40 minutes?
Yeah, just clean hockey. I want to
Clean
see
hockey.
clean breakouts, getting across the red line. I'd like to see the forecheck be a little better than it has in the past.
For sure.
It's looked great in this first period.
Yeah.
But I just don't want the puck to kind of leave their zone. I think if we can just keep it down there, keep the cycle going, and
Just
bury
puck control.
goals.
I'd love to see, we talked the Eau Claire game a couple weeks ago. We were doing such a good job on the forecheck, and then we'd use the D at the point. Puck would go up. Maybe it gets dumped back in or thrown on net. Their goalie would swallow it. We just couldn't find the back of the net. I'd love to see the offensive zone work as a 5-man unit.
Yep.
Like, move your feet. There was a play, very small play. Defenseman for the Gophers was at the point. There was a little scissor play right on the boards, and our D didn't move his feet. He didn't become that option, go down the boards. It's like, let's start moving our feet, become a 5-man unit instead of 3 forwards low or 2-1-2 or whatever you want to call it, and just have the D standing at the blue line. Like,
Question, okay, being a goalie, I don't get to see that kind of stuff. Is it more of a communication factor, too, with those 5 guys in doing what you're saying, or not?
I mean,
obviously there's a lot of communication that goes into it, but
Because you don't hear a lot during our games. There's not a lot of talk at
the
all.
recognition, though, of like all 5 players, that flow state that we were kind of talking about, as well as just the game plan going into, this is a perfect game for the Gophers.
Yes.
To control the puck, make clean plays, clean breakouts. Like, there should not be bobbled pucks.
No.
There should not be tape-to-tape passes.
And we shouldn't
or
be
there
playing
should
as
be
a 6-0
tape-to-tape
either.
passes, right?
Yeah.
Like, and just that awareness of really every guy on the ice, like, where's the open ice? Where can I become a threat? Where can I get my opportunity from is what I'd love to see for the next 40 minutes.
I agree. 100%.
No, yeah. There's definitely a plan going into it. Like, when we're in the
Of course.
O-zone, like, we know what we want to do when there's a guy with the puck in the corner. We have a guy below. We got one guy high. They know what they want to do, so I want to see them actually execute that multiple times and kind of get that down pat. Because it all comes with reps and just making sure we do it a bunch of times, then it'll become second nature.
Absolutely.
I personally would love to see what is more your heart come out in this season of being more than a leader. I know you're a sociable kid. I know the guys look up to you a lot as a leader, but I think we need more from you and that leadership value of this team this year.
I plan on doing that.
I feel that because you're that big of an impact in this team. And I'm super excited for you this year to do it, and I can't wait to see what transpires with this team down the road. Like you said, we're not going to win a championship here 6 games of the year, but to watch this team kind of form into an excellent team is going to be exciting.
Yep.
And I can't wait for it to happen. But when is it going to happen is the ultimate question. But we're going to be here watching it.
Hopefully it'll be soon.
Last question here before we hop back into the game.
Yeah.
During that Eau Claire game, the band got back together. You got put back with Margs and Joey. You guys still playing together? How excited are you? Have they found themselves on the score sheet? Are they planning on doing that this year? Or?
I hope so. Yeah, it was great to play with them again, and we were able to get a couple shifts in the St. Thomas game, and we did get a goal as a line together. So that's always fun.
Love it.
I love those kids. I live with them. They're my best buds. So it's
boss.
always a great time to play with them.
Hey,
Always a
Thanks
pleasure,
for having
buddy.
me.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for
Shout
having
out
me.
to Mom and Dad. Hey,
Mom and
see you
Dad,
guys
love
in a couple
you.
weeks.
See you in a bit.
All right, that goes over here, bud. Thanks, Coops.
Awesome. Fantastic interview there with
Ready to drop
Captain
the puck
TJ
here
Kuba.
for this. Yeah,
JoJo
TJ
gets
Kuba
right back
what
in
we-
the action here.
gets ready, rocking,
Did
and
you get a hot dog and hamburger down?
that's it. And a nice restaurant just down the hall. I can
Choke down a
support.
quick beer.
I can support my abs of a beanbag.
There you go.
That's key. So great job, good interview. Great to hear from TJ Kuba and getting that perspective, and also some updates. Let's see. We had the first goal that came for Minnesota in that first period. As period number 2 is just underway.
You guys, we got a new goalie in here? I think we do.
Yes, we do. I think that's going to be Preston Schmeidel.
I did write
Yes,
the name down.
Preston Schmeidel out of Elk River.
Yep. There we go. Little salt pot.
Way to be right there. Yeah, southpaw it is, circling. There's Peterson in the corner. And kick it up. We talked right there, a chance to split the defense and put it on the stick of a Bethel player, unable to convert, setting it up. Shot from the dot here. Oh, a glove save.
Nice.
Hashtag FDL flashing the leather. That time is Preston Schmeidel.
Yeah, boy, he goes down in that V drop. It almost went over his head into the net.
That it is.
Boy, what a great interview. I'm gonna look forward to watching that. I'll tell you, there's that kid, TJ Kuba. You know, he is an outstanding individual. I'm such a big leader in this team. Just hoping that you did bring up a good point, putting the band back together. That was awesome.
Dude. I mean, I know those guys. They found so much success together that what is dubbed the DMV line.
I still think it should happen.
Absolutely.
Luke,
And
little shout out to you. I think putting the band back together might be happening.
yeah. But TJ said, a lot of similar things that we were saying. Just a lot of puck control. Love to see some just confidence building here tonight.
Right.
It's also good to get his perspective from the game on Thursday night.
Yeah, yep. We talked about that. Said pretty much, there's a lot of great stuff they can build on.
I want to show you guys something. Joe, we saw this in the last game in live in action with Johnny.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was a monster hit.
Oh,
This is Joey
Greenland.
Center ice.
Greenland just rocked him.
Watch the stick.
Just-
The stick goes in, broke his stick in half.
Good night, Joey.
I'm not sure. I thought I saw the logo shake a little
The
bit on
impact
that.
on that,
Ooh.
Johnny, we could feel that from right here. It was unbelievable.
Joey
I put
is-
my mouth guard in after that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, Joey is just sometimes the way he throws his body around, he just has no regard for even his own safety,
Yeah.
let alone someone else's.
It's funny you said that, Johnny, because as that hit was transpiring, I literally saw it coming, and I was
Yeah.
like, he is gonna slow down. He didn't slow down. He
Just
kept
not
going.
at
I'm
all.
like, no way, man.
Oh,
I mean, I was
God.
like, oh, I'm just glad both of them got up. skated away.
100%.
Man.
We absolutely do not hope anyone gets hurt out here.
That
But,
was one of those old Flyers checks.
yeah,
across
right.
That would have been a
Sod
fence clearing
Street
brawl for
bullies.
sure.
Yeah, the
yeah.
Ron Hextall
Gophers
comes
are the
skating
5th
down.
Street bullies.
Yeah, and then Dave,
Yeah.
Dave Schultz could have came out
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
that piece,
right.
but
Right.
regathering. So what do you guys want to see them do differently? We talked about the power play. Right now, a 6-pack lead here for the Gophers as they skate in.
Oh,
Speaking of
Good
big hit,
shot, good save. Now trying to put it off the back of the goalie gear, and that slid through the blue. Here comes Kingsfat back, trying to get control and move it down low. Studier. The two guys that scored had some big nights against. Then the win for Bethel was Kingsvader with 2 goals. He had the game-winning goal. And then Joe Muir, he had 2 goals as well. Game-winning goal went to Elias Studier out of Columbus, Minnesota, for the winner versus Gus Davis. But when you look at that power play getting back to, what feels like a good power play to you? You mentioned, Johnny, bringing the puck in and taking it yourself deeper and setting it up. But some good passing around the perimeter, or what else would you see could see them get into kind of a cadence or
Yeah.
a good rhythm for that power play?
I'd love to see, similar to what we talked to TJ about in just 5-on-5, but making that a real, and the Gophers do a great job of it already, but making it a real 5-man unit, everyone moving their feet, everyone getting open, becoming an option. But you can't pass, or you're not going to score if you just pass it around the perimeter.
Right,
you know,
right.
That's supposed to, spread them out, open up opportunities for you.
Maybe move the goalie.
Yeah,
as well.
So I'd love to see the Gophers. I'd love to see the Gophers really work as a 5-man unit and press the issue. Get
100%.
pucks on, get quality pucks on net. That doesn't mean shoot the puck from 80 feet away, but get some quality opportunities there. Move your feet.
And the thing too, Johnny, you don't always get that opportunity to be in that power play either.
Yeah,
when that opportunity comes, you got to be ready to go.
Absolutely. Particularly with the Gophers, I know our power play, not necessarily, but on 5-on-5, I'd love to see the Gophers defensemen get a little more involved offensively. That comes with a lot of communication, having forwards supporting the defense, who then have the opportunity to move up in the play. But it really just comes down to hard work and moving your feet, Become an option and be hungry.
It sounds like trusting, too, if the defense is going to jump down low, rotating, and the other person knowing where to be, or maybe the forward knowing, hey, I need to cover and circle back up top to cover.
Exactly. But yeah, the Gophers doing a really good job right now of controlling the puck in the offensive zone. I think that also, when they have control, it's either tape-to-tape pass or move your feet and find open ice. Like, there's no reason in a game like tonight that you're not able to make just clean plays, whether that's in any zone at all. So we'll see if the Gophers can do that here. A little odd man rush, 4-on-3.
Yeah, 4-on-3, circling below.
Maybe
Peterson.
a little miscommunication there by Jack Sam, but the puck finds its way to the defensive zone. Gophers come back the other way. Ethan Peterson across the blue line. Jack Sand shot on net, gets blocked by Brooks and goes wide.
And getting this number one line time to kind of build some chemistry. You said some miscommunication. As Peterson got the puck in that just in front of the goal, probably had a different thought in mind on what he would typically do with that. And so did the wingers on that first line. But we had, goals. A couple of goals scored.
Yeah,
you guys were right.
yeah.
Arneson got a couple of tallies late on his 2 goals late, assisted on those goals to number 24 for the Gophers, and Abbott, Mr. Maple Grove himself, picked up a couple of dimes on those. Also on the first goal of the game, that went to number 24 as well, as you mentioned, Abbott. So he got that first goal. The second goal went to 26 in Engelbrecht.
Got a few new people in the score sheet. Love to see that. We were talking about secondary scoring. So the Gophers are, trying to establish that a little bit more here. And maybe I don't have the stats in front of me, but maybe a couple firsts. It's always nice to get your first career ACHA goal.
Right.
Yeah, Abbott had his first earlier this season. So he has his second one. Along with that is Arneson, of course, getting his second is Mogren. He got the fourth goal. And then the 15th was Luke Myers. I think that was Luke Myers' first goal of the season.
Love that. Love to see that. A guy 3-on-1 here for the Gophers. Sam Margell with a shot and he scores. Hey, what were we just talking about? Was he going to get on the score sheet eventually or what?
And it is so nice to see it. That's Sammy's second goal in the last 2 games now.
Okay, there we go.
I think he scored in the St. Tommy game.
He did, yeah.
Okay.
But again, the work ethic by number 9 there to get him that puck.
Absolutely.
Beautiful, non-selfish play, backhand assist. You got to love it from Keegs there.
Love to see Marty, a kid who has worked his bag off to get back to the position he's in, coming off of
Big surgery.
2 hip surgeries and recovering from those. We're in the C this year. It's just a guy that you can't help but root for, you know? and just a wonderful individual off the ice.
Yeah, he's a great kid.
But they also made the adjustment. You saw him with that puck hesitate for a second, and you'd seen the goalie go down low the first couple of times. So that time he sliced it and placed it right under the crossbar.
Making a bid for another one right there.
Shot there by Foslian from the point, gets swallowed up by the Bethel goaltender. Bethel tries to clear, but it's held in. Awesome tip there by Joey Greenland with the wraparound.
Oh, I think that went in.
We got a goal rebound there by Sunshine. It looks like.
Did he light the lamp finally?
I think that might have went in when Joey wrapped it around. But
yeah, I don't know who got that.
I think they might be giving Dylan Wedward the credit here. Gophers.
It looked like Greenland had put that close. Maybe I didn't know if the follow-up was more of a curling type of goal to brush it through.
This is one of those games where you feel for the Royals.
Yes.
You know, that can happen in club hockey, but you know, just looking to get that first one. You know, maybe get something going.
Did you get the official word, Jimmy?
16-7-22.
Might have meant.
That doesn't make sense.
15, I believe, is Sunshine.
Yep, that's Wedward. Yep. Correct. So 15.
Gophers trying to
We just talked about that, Joe.
Yeah.
Johnny, just getting Sunshine to light the lamp here.
Yeah, had an assist on the season up until then, and now with that goal.
Johnny, you recall last year, Sunshine had quite a year.
He did.
I mean, he had like 15, 16 goals.
He had a fantastic, and he's someone that, they're looking for him to get it going and be able to be someone that can put the puck in the back of the net. That might have been, exactly what he needed to kind of get that going here.
I think he might be right. And, Johnny, just saying that kind of somewhat under your breath in some sense, saying, hey, you know what? But it's to the point where you have to start saying, hey, you need to step up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 9, you need to step up. Number 15, you need to step up. Number 8, you need to step up. This is go time. This isn't preseason anymore. This is just rock and roll. It's good, like you said. I mean, a game like this might be a nice breaker. Like, finally, all right, great.
Yeah.
I'm off the schneid, man. Let's just go.
I mean, we talked about it. The season gets going soon, but it ends just as quickly, and so there can't be any wasted time as far as success, whether it's individually or as a team. And so that hopefully is the goal that number 15 needed to kind of get things moving in the right direction for himself. Gophers still
I was going to say that, or either move back into Luke's house.
Yeah, maybe it's a little superstitious thing.
Yeah, right.
Well, sometimes it's just helpful. Jimmy, you and I have a baseball background, and watching Owatani last night, he had struggled at the plate, and then he squared up on that first one, and you could see the confidence. That not only he was a bit hesitant in that first inning pitching as well, but you know what? You never know what's going to trigger some momentum. And just you look for that moment as an athlete, man, when he squared up on that pitch, the first one of 3, and then pitching, struggled a bit in that first inning, but after that second home run, man, he zoned in, struck out 10.
Yeah.
And,
talk about all-time performances from just a major force sport athlete,
That's awesome.
That was it was amazing to see. The one that he hit out of the stadium, I think.
Yeah.
And on top of it, wasn't a fastball. He had to get some juice on it. It was a breaking spinner.
Yeah.
And, that was. And I always look for that. Hey, even as a coach, what's a way that I can get this kid's mindset, this player's confidence boosted? You got to move them from cautious to confident and then get some flow going. So you hope, hey, this is a good opportunity.
Like right here, for example,
Correct.
Either sport, hockey, baseball, whatever it may be, you got to have. I always say confidence is key, man. You have to have it, and no matter what you're doing. I mean, you don't have the mojo, somehow you got to get it.
All the kids are doing it.
Yep.
So, roll it here. A face-off now into the Bethel offensive end of the ice. 8-0 lead in the second period, just beyond the midway mark of this game. 9:51 to go. I was trying to look up that number for you on Sunshine as well.
Yeah,
and a link, so I'll just get that as well. Across the ice now. A carrying opportunity.
Going for the
stymied right there. Bringing it back, Abbott.
Abbott going for the bid, going for that trick, man.
Kicking it back as Maple Grove football team beat Minnetonka the other night.
Yeah, I seen that. Hey Johnny, you kept your eye on Brock here. He seems to be playing really well these last year and a half or so. Getting more relaxed back there as a defenseman. What's your take?
Absolutely. He had the opportunity of traveling to Eau Claire, watching them down there. He's someone that has really came into his own. Kind of a slow burn, some might say, but he has become a great top 4 defenseman for the Gophers.
Yep.
Reliable in both ends, and he's just someone who what you're going to get every time he steps on the ice. He's going to be good. And that just the lack of mistakes out of him is amazing.
Right.
So super happy to see him find some success here for the Gophers this season.
Right.
Last season, Sunshine had 10 goals. Whoa.
Keegs, that might have went in. I think that might have went in.
Keegan Johnson giving his 2 cents to the Stripes. That probably went in the net.
Coach, you see that?
Ref's not having it, but Keegs will write you down on a notepad.
Got to light that lamp, son.
We'll get back to you.
Yeah.
So 10 goals, 18 assists last year. 10 goals, 17 assists last year for Woodward.
Yeah, that makes a lot of assists last year.
Gophers doing a great job working the puck around.
That's good to see that.
Yeah, I don't know. Keegs making his.
He's still lobbying.
Yeah, he's still shrugging his shoulders. Keegs, don't worry. Next shift. Gophers win the face-off in the Bethel end. Puck gets sent down to the corner. Little scrum for it.
Mm-hmm.
So far in the first period, they almost had one there again. Bethel's had a couple, odd man rushes / near breakaways. In the first period, we saw Conlon come out and dive for that one. There was another puck just there. Conlon had to leave the crease to go cover it. I think that's something for the Gophers to keep an eye on. This is not a game that you want to have those mistakes happen and give up those needless opportunities.
I think we're going to get a penalty here.
The first of the game.
Yeah.
Might just be an offsides here for the Gophers. Yeah, we'll see. I think the Gophers might not have the opportunity to hop on the power play tonight. Sometimes in these games, you don't want to, unless it's pretty egregious, you don't want to give them more opportunity to. But we'll see if Bethel gets an opportunity here and the Gophers get the chance to work on the penalty kill, which is.
Oh my.
Sammy, wow. Superman. If he doesn't give me the Superman blast, I'm going to be mad at him.
Yeah, 1 word, 2 syllables, filthy.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Sammy. Oh, he's knocking. There he did it. I love it.
Awesome shot there by Sam Margell.
Beautiful.
My goodness.
3rd goal in the last 2 games.
So, and please don't take this wrong in some sense, but, in a game like this, Johnny, where you don't want to seem like you don't want to score, but you want to play hard, you almost kind of want to keep rolling. You know what I mean? It's like it's a practice game, but I could care less about score. I would score 20 goals. It doesn't matter to me. This is where you got to drop the hammer. You know what I mean? In order for the team to really work hard, you can't have that mindset of saying, I don't know if I want to do this, And,
for sure.
It's tough. It's tough, and it's like a catch-22.
I think that's just a great, mindset to kind of always have is no matter what.
No, the gas when you turn the engine on, you hit the
for
gas.
For sure.
Baby.
When now,
over, you shut the car off.
Yeah, you know, you work hard for 60 minutes no matter who you play. This is, though, a great game for the Gophers to explore some of those other opportunities. Mm-hmm. And those other, whether it's a scheme or lines or, a player's going to try and, do this maybe a little bit more this game. But you still got to work hard, you know.
You know, and I haven't really been seeing a lot of shifting going on in lines too. You know, maybe trying to find that missing link somehow. I don't know what's your thought process on that.
I mean, maybe what they need is some consistency.
Right.
You know, maybe it's not always just change up the lines. And that's hockey. You know, the other night it was 10-4. Sounds like it was a pretty 50-50 game. And St. Thomas just got some good bounces, maybe a couple missed saves, and boom, you got a 10-4 score. You know, that's hockey. That's why we love playing it.
They had 10 good goals. They didn't. I don't think they had the fluky goals last night.
Yeah.
Thursday night.
But you know, so there's a good opportunity for the Gophers to try something new. As long as you work hard, move your feet. But you know, if I'm Luke, I'm still expecting there to not be those lapses in judgment and effort. No matter what the score is, no matter who you're playing.
Yeah, so Johnny, I'm like, all right, who's slowing down? Who's still got their foot on the gas?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who's got that killer mentality? You know?
Yeah.
That's what I'll be looking for.
Who's hungry for more?
Right. And you guys out there listening and watching this game, take that for example. You get out there, you go and go and go. Whistle blows, you stop.
I remember growing up playing AAA hockey. We drove up to Brandon, Manitoba for a tournament, and we had depending on how you looked at it, the pleasure of playing a very good AAA team in Minnesota, and we got just thumped. Like, we're like 12, 16, nothing. But these guys were, after, you know, a whistle, they would skate as hard as they could back to the bench because that's what it didn't matter who they were playing, what the score was.
100%.
You're going to work, you're going to have the same amount of effort no matter what it is. And I think that to a certain level, though, that's also something that can't be taught. You know,
I agree.
It's an expectation, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
And you look at it, and we talked about the endurance because the Tommies look like they had hit a wall late in that second period.
They outworked them a little
and
bit.
you talked about shadowing them, staying with them, shift the shift, the length of the ice, and you were right. They started to kind of fade near the end of that second period.
Where we talked about that, where we thought maybe we'd get the better half, but then they turn around and fire it back again. You know, it's just like I don't know. Maybe they did that on purpose. Who knows? But yeah, that's going to be. I'll tell you what. I guarantee we double the viewers on that game next time we play the Tommies. Yeah,
it's always just looking back on it. You know, there have been those pivotal games. Playing for the Gophers, whether that's traveling, playing them at home, playoffs, whatever it might be. And the recipe was always the same when we had success. It was lock down your own end, outwork them until, you know, you get that opportunity and then capitalize, you know. And it sounds like the Gophers had a few different aspects to that, but maybe a little bit not so much in the D zone. Looks like we got an offsides here. Keegan maybe still pleading his case for that goal a couple shifts ago. Just kidding, Keegs. Oh, man.
Maybe we should interview Keegs this intermission.
Did that go in the net or not?
That is good. Hey, well, the Gophers jumped out. Engelbrecht with a goal against St. Thomas. 1-0 lead, and then St. Thomas scored the next 4.
Yeah, right, you know.
So it was 3-1 at the end of the first. And they just came in waves.
You know, that game against Eau Claire, I think it was 3-2 was the final. And we were saying after, you know, you're not going to win many hockey games scoring 2 goals. On the other hand, on Thursday, you're not going to lose many hockey games scoring 10, you know,
right.
or you're not going to win many giving up 10 goals. So, you know, maybe figure out how to keep the puck out of your net a little bit more and give yourself an opportunity to. But those are the games like in regions.
Yeah.
We just smother teams, smother them in the D zone. You know, but that right there, fantastic example. That play right there, where this is a game where you can work on that perfection.
Yep.
That puck gets wrapped around the boards. So easy for number 24, the defenseman for Bethel, to step up, hold that puck in the blue line. That puck's got to be coming straight across the ice off the far wall if you want that guy to get, you know. And it's those little plays where you got to keep guys keep guys' heads in it, even though it's 9-0 here nearing the end of the second.
That was my point, of being lackadaisical,
Yeah, this is a game where you can work on perfection, and it's hockey. It's an imperfect game, but you can still try to,
I was watching an interview with Hartman for the Wild, and they talked about what can you do different. He says, it's our system that we have built in place. We don't want to change too much, but it just play to our system.
Yes.
And I think that's what we got to kind of
exactly.
Look
Great
at that shot
there.
There it is. I think that's his trick right there, you guys.
Yeah, it is. Shelf.
Oh, man,
well, that was
such
number 14.
That was the
Jimmy, as a goalie.
Yes, sir.
Those are the hardest shots. Coming
I'll tell
cross the offensive zone, shooting back against the grain.
You have to get a goalie moving side to side. And
change the angle.
Changing the angle at the same time, because the more you move in, the more the angle you have, the more the net you have.
Yeah.
That right there, Johnny, is a perfect goal. I mean, we talk about this all the time, watching games, commentating them. You're not going to score on the college goalies right now, one-on-one, just shooting at them,
Yeah.
But if you get them moving, you're going to score on them.
Exactly.
There's no question.
I thought there was 2 for Luke.
Was it 2?
Yep, 2 for Luke Myers. We've got 2.
We got 2
also,
for Brandy, right?
For
Brady. Yep.
That's
and
great.
Mark Elp.
That's great to see for Luke Myers, because he's a guy that the expectations were high for him coming into this season.
Yeah.
The guy that the Gophers are going to try and rely on heavily to drive that offense outside of the first line, Little update here for you guys. Gophers playing the Fighting Sioux, the varsity team, up 3-1 here late in the third period. So for all of you true Gopher fans
those are the 2 goals are always the most dangerous, right?
Yeah, I know.
Hopefully
5 minutes
they get
left here.
Oh, that works.
Sam Margell in that last play looking for
the hattie.
The hat trick,
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Hey, Johnny, can we get an interview on the ice at all, or no? Camera-wise, or no? We could?
Maybe.
Who do you want to get?
What are you thinking? You do Keats? You want to go do him? I think you should. Yeah, let's do that. That'd be good for him. Let's do that. Well, you want to do it? Right down here.
You can actually get go back around and right down there.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get him shooting
just right down here.
Seconds away. We'll have you stay with us, and just south of a minute remaining.
How many goals does Luke have on the team?
Just as 2.
Perfect.
And they're tonight too, right? And they're tonight 2 goals, right? There
Correct.
You go.
45 seconds left, and working it down, and back to center ice. Well set here. Now Gophers carry in up 10-0. 6 in that first. Go ahead.
I see a little jump in the old 15. I'm telling you,
yes.
that might be the ticket, as we talk about.
A little hit to switch.
Yeah.
Half wall there, digging it out. Seconds left here. Stay with us, because at this second intermission, going to try to catch Luke Myers for an interview. Johnny, see if he can get there. Johnny Stanley. And we are at the end of 2 complete. Almost snuck that one under the garage door, but denied, as 2 periods are officially in the books.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Joe, that, was it Hunter or Preston coming in for Bethel? He actually did a pretty decent job.
Preston Schmeidel.
Yeah.
Took his series of shots one after another there. Got to work on some technique and that footwork with the pads as well.
Testing.
And we're going to occasion and we're getting that tested. And I'll toss it down to Johnny, who is going to be in the penalty box. This way they can continue to move the Zamboni around during this intermission as well. And Jimmy, is it Luke Myers? Is that who he's hoping to get?
Yeah, I think so.
And at the end of 2, right now, a 10-0 lead for Minnesota. Again, coming into tonight, they were 2-2 coming in, so 2-3-1 here this season. Last season, Golden Gophers were just that golden. 25 wins, 5 losses. They stacked some serious games, some nice wins.
Big wins, too. That's why. So I got to tell you a funny story, Joe. I may have told you this already. But speaking of North Dakota, so we go, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, we go to North Dakota. And we get done playing late at night, right? Get on the bus. We got a big old coach bus. The guys are starving. So, Jimmy, what are we going to do? So I call in. I'm like, yeah, a local restaurant, 27 minutes away. He's coming down. Right here. So anyway, he's 27 minutes away from a restaurant. I call him up. I said, hey, we have a hockey team that's hungry. What can you do for us? She says, how far are you away? I said, 27 minutes. She goes, who are you guys? I said, we're the Minnesota Gopher hockey team. She's like, you know I'm a North Dakota fan. I said, well, it doesn't matter. We're coming to spend some money. I go, I'll tell you what, if it's worth $1,000 tip, keep your place open.
Oh, so nice.
So we went there, and when we walked in.
Go here.
We're good? Okay.
Hey, we're going to join Johnny on.
Here with Luke Myers for the Gophers. Luke, how are we doing? I know we found the back of the net a couple times in those first 2 periods. How are we feeling?
Feeling pretty good, not as great as an opponent as we faced the past couple of weekends, but nice to get the confidence back for a lot of the guys and put up a big number here.
Yeah, I know the expectation coming into the season for you was really to help kind of drive some of that offense and, on the second line. It's got to feel good to get those 2 goals out of the way. What else are you guys kind of looking forward to working on here in the closing 20 minutes?
Yeah, I think just getting confidence level up for everybody, getting bodies to the net, finding ways to get tips and creating traffic in front of the net to score some dirty goals here.
Cool. Well, hey, congratulations on those 2 goals. How's everything been going so far? Playing club hockey, I know you're coming from Stillwater, where you guys had a ton of success, right?
Yeah. No, it's definitely been a change in just like the overall format of everything, but the guys are great and fitting right in. The freshman class is great, so shout out to everybody there and shout out to the coaches. They make stuff easy, just letting us play out there.
Yeah, I love it. Well, hey, congratulations again on those 2. Don't want to take up your entire intermission. Good luck here in the next 20.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you, Johnny Stanley here joining with Luke Myers, who picks up his first 2 goals of the season. Again, mentioned he's from that program in Stillwater, a stellar program, and he's off to a good start here with the Minnesota Golden Gophers in ACH play. And we are at the end of 2 complete. 2 completed. It's a 10-0 lead for Minnesota over this squad here that's been awesome here with some good shots and some good pressure in the second period as well for Bethel. Bethel came in 1-0 and they had an overtime win, 5-4 over Gus Davis in that game. A couple of goals scored by Kingsvader, also Joe Murrell, and then also a winner by Studier. So those were the game winners. The game-winning goalie was Selner in that game as well. Second period saw Preston Schmeidel come out. He's an Elk River native. And we'll get you caught up on all of the Gophers scoring and period number 2 statistics. But we're going to step away and then be back here shortly, ready to drop the puck for period number 3. 10-0 Minnesota over Bethel.
Well, third period action just about to get started. Brought an awesome interview to everybody by
Luke Myers.
Luke Myers for the Gophers, first-time goal scorer, freshman. Jimmy was down in the locker room there. Jimmy, any new news you got for us down?
No news is good news with Gary Gnu.
Okay, perfect. Love to hear it.
No, ironically, a lot was said what we talked about up here. I don't know if Luke's got his headset on or listening to us or what. But no, we, I got a good chuckle out. But it's the work ethic of taking this period and doing things that we talked about what they need work on. So,
looks like a little line change here for the Gophers. We got Luke Myers jumping up with Jack Sand and Keegan Johnson on the first line.
Yep. And then we talked about that.
Okay, wonderful. Like we were saying, there's a great game to explore those opportunities, those nuances, and see if you can find that winning recipe for the Gophers.
We know that the ingredients are there. It's just mixing the secret sauce, my man.
Well, and when you got Luke Myers coming from that Stillwater program, I had a chance to call his game in the quarterfinals of the state tournament last year when they went against Andover. And that team was a big, explosive team, but boy, they could put the puck in the net.
They were very good. Thomas Vanek's son, was playing for them, and he was a horse out there. He was very good.
He has twins, and they're phenomenal baseball players too.
Really?
Oh my gosh! Yes,
must run in the family, huh?
Yeah, they. I sat and talked to him for a while. But, his kids are big boys, too.
I've been an opportunity here for Dylan Wedward.
Yeah.
Great job intercepting that pass. I've been a long time Gopher fan, going up to UMD games back at the old deck. And
the old barn, man. That was awesome to play there.
Thomas Vanek, even being young, was one of the most impressive college hockey players I can remember.
Was he like Australia or
Austria?
Austria, yeah.
Austria.
Yep.
He was, I think, the first international Gopher player or something like that. But he had a switch he could flip and, okay, I'm going to go score this shift, and he'd go do it. It was just incredible.
When you see guys who can cycle and have those power strides, it's unbelievable when they hit the switch. It's just like, bam, I got to go.
Well, it definitely helped when he was in college, being 6'4", 220, whatever he was. He was a big guy back.
Nice reach, and by all means, and
his kids built the same way. Big boy.
And that game, a good tip. What a beautiful! Now that's what you look for. Exactly. What great eyes!
Beautiful.
He got the stick down.
And a great play by number 6, Will Anderson. He's a guy that has stepped into a top 4 position for the Gophers. Really came into his own. Respectfully, kind of been struggling the first few games this season, but that was completely intentional play by Wandy. Great tip there by Mogs, and Gophers get the first of the period.
Mogren's second goal of the game, and isn't it? It's all about that purpose, right? So he's out there skating, and the purpose right there by the sideline, or next to the net, and a nice dime.
Take what you want.
Great pass there by Will Anderson.
Yeah, that was like I don't know if you guys have been watching the Wild games lately, but Krill and Boldy. I don't know I think it was like their second game when he's out front.
Yeah.
God, just a beautiful pass up shelf, man. That's the kind of stuff that they need to work on right there. It's a prime example of what we talked about.
So with that line that was just out there for that goal, did you guys see any players shifted around on that particular
I really wasn't paying attention to that. I was more to the play. But
I think it was primarily just that first line. And another interesting thing to take note of is Ethan Peterson now playing wing, started the game off at center. He's one of those guys. Ethan Peterson just has a motor. He's so good with the puck, so calm, but he's just that utility guy. You can put him out there for anything. I think he, on first power plays, on second penalty kill, just He's a guy that you can just trust on the ice.
With that being said, Johnny, and here's kind of like the idea I like here is that you have Tyler and Brady, and then you have Ethan. I mean, there's a little different combo. And every time every game that I've watched so far this year, he's scoring. I mean, he's got a knack of putting the puck in the net, man.
He does. He's very intelligent out there, which is awesome. You know, he thinks the game very, very well.
For the Gophers, Conlon still in net. As we hit here, Jason Conlon looking for his first win of the season. 11-0 lead right now for the Gophers. So they continue to move in low, shuffle it through on the backside, through the blue, deflected. Nice save, beautiful save.
Unbelievable pass there by 28 Foslian.
Yes, that was phenomenal.
Great pass. We talked about him last period. He's one of those guys that the Gophers lean on heavily, both offensively and defensively, on the back end.
Foslian with a couple of assists in that first. Almost had another.
Gophers go right back to it, win the faceoff. I think 24 rang one off the post there, right off the faceoff, holds the puck in the blue line.
Abbott there trying to.
Accidental high stick, it looked like.
It did.
Yeah, Abbott, he's just got a knack of just scoring. I mean, he reminds me of like a Blake Wheeler, a young Blake Wheeler. I mean, he's just big, tall, 6'4", got a huge reach. You know, he's just from Maple Grove. The kid can score. I'm hoping he gets some more action and some play here. Here we go. You know, Luke Myers going to center now.
Gophers right back at it with that top line here. Continue to try and drive some offense. Bethel gets the puck down.
So, Johnny, we got Luke and Jack and Keegs.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's a lot of skill for a line, you know.
And look at this right away.
Sometimes that isn't always, the best recipe. But, I mean, these guys, the puck control out of all three of them is top-notch. So I'm excited to see what these guys can do. Keegan's been dancing around this game, making moves on guys.
And with
man, I shouldn't have said anything.
as soon as you start talking about him,
shouldn't have said anything.
Keeg, sorry about that one, brother, but you had to have it coming.
But even with Myers in, you can tell he's trying to pick the tempo off a little bit more. He's certainly out there, doesn't lack confidence.
Yeah,
well,
he's moving the puck, passing, setting up teammates, and that time a rising wrister, deflected.
But that's good to see too, Joe. When you think about it, it's like here you got Lukey jumping up on that front line, saying, "Hey, this is the top line. It's time to, let's go." So I like seeing what's going on right now.
A rare ice here tonight. Here we'll take the face off.
Telling the refs we needed a power play.
This will be a pretty quick period here. It looks like both teams have agreed to go run time here in the last 20. So Gophers back with that first line. Face off in the Royals' end. Puck gets sent all the way down again, it looks like. Conlon elects to play it.
Couple of players here with that opportunity for the Hattie.
Luke Myers.
Nice
great
dive.
play. Keegan Johnson.
There he finally wraps it. There he goes. You got to love it, Keegan.
That's that skill. That little window that Luke Myers put that puck through, not many players can see that. That was a great pass, great finish by number 9.
He put it to the X spot, man.
Yeah.
Buried it. I mean, that's the part where you build that trust is you're hoping he sees it, and he did, executed it, and put it right on the tape.
Gophers go right back to work here. Puck gets thrown towards the cage and steered aside. Yeah, you gotta have a lot of empathy for Bethel right now. I know this
it's tough.
Can be a tough 60 minutes. Especially on
Johnny,
a Saturday night.
You know what, though? When you play sports, you want to play the best.
Yeah, you do.
You know what? I've always grew up, I wanted to play if I'm playing someone, I want to be like, I want to play the best.
Yeah.
I don't care if we get killed. I want to know how good, this team is, or how good that person is. Or
Yeah, I wonder. Well, I know Bethel had that player the last couple years who was top 5 in scoring in Adam. Goodness. Name slips my mind, but I mean he was a top 5 scorer in the WCCHA.
he was.
So maybe just a little busy on a Saturday night, but he was fantastic for them, and you can't overlook anyone in WCCHA hockey,
you
ACHA
can't.
hockey in general.
No, I agree.
Hey, head coach Steve Whiting had tossed me a plethora of notes as well, looking through those. As Cruz also, Delphin Cruz, one of the top scorers in the last few years as well out there, number 37. But certainly some talented players here for Bethel, and trying to sweep it, one and done.
Oh, baseball swing there.
That was locked in. That was
Jason Conlon playing the puck, maybe trying to find his way onto the score sheet.
I thought he was going into his Ovi.
Yeah.
A shot there from the his own blue line. Back behind here, circling. You look and see some kicking it, circling, taking the tour around the world, and then deflected. And I think maybe what you saw with Luke Myers, to me too, is just how quickly that opportunity came alive, and then execution and hit the spark, and kind of wakes up some of the other guys as well, because you kind of styled them, kind of blending in that speed as well.
Absolutely. And we talked about it in the first period, the position that Coach Luke Johnson's in.
Nice.
Another goal here for the
there
Gophers.
He is, scoring again.
The position that Luke Johnson's in to find that recipe, if with having Tyler Bishop, who's a cornerstone of your offense. I mean, you read the stats. What was it, 35 goals and 58 assists in 2 years or whatever. If Luke Myers comes into that first line and he starts to find a bunch of success, it's going to make Coach Luke Johnson's job even more difficult. I mean, is that a line you want to break up, or do you want to go back to the success that you already know with Tyler Bishop? So
yeah, definitely nudges and put some pressure on the others, and setting that tempo. Yeah, you're right. 35 goals, good memory. I had to look. I said it, and I didn't retain it. 35 goals,
Johnny's
58
got that
assists.
Photographic memory.
And I rarely listen to anything I say, but I listen to everything my wife says. But
that's a good plan.
4 goals, 4 assists, and you certainly hope Tyler can find his way back out there. But those shoulders and injuries can be a pest.
I know. Gophers back the other way. Ethan Peterson with an opportunity. Great save there by the Bethel goaltender to get over and make that rebound save. That's another individual. 71 for the Gophers, coming from Duluth East. He has been another just workhorse for the Gophers. It was really him and Luke Myers that were kind of driving that second line.
Right. He's just got that knack to playing, boy.
Yep.
Those Duluth boys know how to play hockey.
Yeah, they do. Puck gets sent towards the cage. Great tip.
That's pretty much all you can do up there when it's cold.
Is that Caden Cole?
Yeah, Caden, I'll tell you what, when tryouts were going on, when I saw him, well, we all saw him. I mean, we talked about it right away, Johnny. Remember that? I mean, it was like, who is this kid?
Yeah.
And then when I saw him in person, I was like, he's big, strong, got a good head on his shoulders. Like, this kid's going to be lights out.
Yeah.
And that's, and that's, that was a guy that was missing in that St. Tommy game. I mean.
Well, that's what Luke Myers told me after talking to him down there was, hopefully we can get some of those other young guys and
nice save.
Freshmen going on the score sheet as well.
Yeah.
So Luke Myers is a guy that is looking for the success of everybody, which is awesome to see, but also he brings up a great point. You want to get those guys acclimated quickly and producing just as fast, so.
And playing at Stillwater, Duluth East, they're used to a pretty high tempo, fast pace, high expectations, and a lot of talent. And so you bring that to this team as well. And you mentioned that Jimmy Caden Cole not available for that Tommy's game.
Yeah,
that's a tough loss, and that that's one thing that just happens in club hockey in general with student athletes at our level, that you might not have the same availability every game, which is why the Gophers being so deep is so important. But you're just trying to find the plug and play success.
Bethel back. And that's the thing, Johnny. When you want to be that top contender, in the country, it's good to have that, but you got to have that rock solid freaking lineup too.
Yep, exactly.
And when they're used to kind of setting the standard or understanding what that standard looks like, even at that high.
Yep.
4.5 left here, 13-0 for the Gophers as they take home the win. Games coming up for the Gophers.
Yeah, who do we got coming up, Johnny? Upcoming schedule, we have, I think, Chicago. We go to Chicago here.
Give me just 1 second.
And by the way, did the Gophers game go final?
Last night it was 5-1, I think it was.
4-1 was last I saw with 1.5 minutes left, so it does look like that. It does look like the varsity team ended up holding on for the win. So see if the JV team can do the same.
Yes, by all means. Take a look at certainly some additional more hockey coming your way. Down low, waiting on the doorstep, just on top of the blue.
There we go, Joey. Joey, Sammy, and Jack. Look at that. Trying to sneak it upstairs. Taking a big hit himself on the boards. Look at this. Oh, Joey wide open on the corner. What a great pass there. The old boot hockey game going on.
I apologize, everyone. I'm trying to.
No need to apologize, my man.
Pull up the schedule here for everybody.
Sammy just relentless down there. Finally, the refs said, hey, let's get a whistle down here. Help this goalie out. Yeah, Joey, I'll tell you what, he's such a workhorse now. Man, he's like he's shifted a little gear action this year.
Yeah, and you know what? To have that toughness on that line as well. Somebody with the ability to score makes everyone better on that line.
Did you guys find what we got coming up here?
Yes.
I think we have.
Let me see if I can.
This week, we don't have the game tomorrow.
All right. October 24th, we bounce back with a couple of games, 24th and 25th against the St. Thomas Tommies, it looks like.
We play them again?
Am I?
That's it, really?
Yeah? Oh, wait.
No,
I apologize. Wait.
John.
No. This is correct. This is correct.
Mm-hmm.
So we get a little
Yep, so we got St. Thomas a couple times, and then we have Gustavus following them. And then we play Lindenwood in December. So
we got
a lot of big games coming up.
Yeah.
Then it seems like a
week to go to St. Thomas then? We got a week?
Yeah, we got a week to go until St. Thomas. So then it looks like we got Lindenwood, FGCU, Crookston. I mean, we got one heck of a schedule coming up here.
I see the 24th you'll be playing St. Thomas at Ritter Arena.
Yes, sir.
That's at home, sweet.
Looks like St. Thomas back-to-back nights, Friday and Saturday. So we were talking about, that disparity, playing them once and having a couple weeks off and just being a really good benchmark for the Gophers and where they're stacking up against some of the other top teams in the country.
I mean, what a way to come back and immediately kind of assess what's the state of the team.
Yeah, exactly.
When you come back and play a Ritter or what have you, that'll be a great game and a great measuring stick here as the Gophers en route to a 13-0 win here tonight versus Bethel. Bethel, a team that really...
Oh, wow. Sam Margell looking for the hat trick.
I wanted that hattie.
That was just wide.
This Bethel team last year finished strong. Last winning the consolation championship for the WCCHA tournament.
Great save there. Up the shot by Margell, and that may bring us to the closing horn here.
As a goalie, that's kind of a nice exclamation point way to end the game, right?
Yep, looks like that will do it for us. Gophers over the Royals, 13-0 here on a Saturday night.
Hey, and the Gophers pure goal farmers here tonight.
Yep.
Running it up several players with a couple of goals, nearing and nudging close towards the Hatties. Arneson, one of those, along with Mogren, I believe, had 2 goals.
And, hats off to the Bethel Royals.
Yep.
It's never fun to come out after 60 minutes and lose like that, but they stayed in it. It was a completely clean 60 minutes. Everyone's leaving the ice healthy. Hats off to the Navy blue and white tonight.
Yeah, and really, they played above the line. There's some teams you get a bit chippy, or the Gophers, other teams that have that lead, but they played above the line, and I'll tell you, good job, and their best games are ahead of them here this season. I can guarantee you that.
Yes, sir.
For Bethel, but good job. Good interviews, guys. Enjoyed those very much, and certainly a good one with Luke Myers on the bench. Picked up the assist, and of course, your interview during the first intermission as well was well done.
TJ.
Hey, well, good. Coming up next.
Let's get together this week. Talk about St. Thomas, because I think.
Hey, well, we'll do.
Why don't we sign off and then we'll talk.
We'll do that. Hey, for the whole crew here with Jimmy Thurman along with Johnny Stanley. I'm Joe Rulin. This has been Minnesota Gopher ACHA hockey coming your way on Saturday Night Ice. And thanks for joining us, Joe Rulin. Have yourself a major league evening at a minor league price.
See you, everybody. Yeah. So.